not mad at the camera. I was not expecting a Z6 III with all the specs in a smaller, better body with a right-handed mode dial. That would be too much to ask. It's a ridiculous thing. This is a good budget option. I'm glad it exists. There was definitely a meeting about it at the beach. All right, fellas, seems like Nikon's no longer a household name. We're about to change all that. Wait till you see this thing, Johnson. Not only have we just matched Sony a7 IV, but we did it for slightly less money. That's what you called us here for? I thought you had something amazing like a Z6 III. What happened to the mini Z6 III for less money but all the specs in the thing? What do you mean matched? Why are you guys flexing over there? What the hell is this? Johnson, have you lost your mind? This thing almost competes with the Panasonic Z5II of 2 years ago. It's the same price. It almost does all the things it does. I just don't get the point of releasing a camera that already exists. There's already a segment of these things. No one wants them. We're waiting for the next thing. Usually when you release a camera 4 years, if not 5, after the competition releases theirs, you beat it in all ways possible. You've beat nothing. But we're doing raw internal. Good luck finding that for 1,700 dingers. Where's the sandwich shop that sells that thing? Nice, I did not know that. So you added the red raw in there? That's amazing. Good thing we got rid of that stupid N raw. It's line skipped. How did you even manage that raw but line skipped? That was weird, huh? So red LUTs, red raw? Not necessarily in this release, but it's coming in the Z5 III. And go get him, Harold. Run after him. Flex on him, kill him. Get him, what are you doing?
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So here's the deal. Nikon Z5 Mark II is upon us. I was expecting a mini Z6 III. That's what the Nikon rumor guy said it was, might have been. So like I have future videos coming that's like, imagine this Z5. I look like an idiot now. More so than usual even. That's annoying. Canon R6 II, of course. 24mm 1.4. Be real with yourself. So it's a decent option. In fact, compared to what its price bracket is meant to be, the competition, I would be hard pressed to recommend anything but this. It's just, here's my initial annoyance. It's a Sony a7 IV that was released in 2021. It was shit then because we had an a7S III that did double the specs. What are we even doing? So like when that came out, the hybrid shooters were like 33 megapixels, bro. I could take a photo of my grandma. No one cares. So for me, when the Panasonic Z5 II came out and kind of matched the a7 IV, I was like, but I already hated that camera in 2021, and then 2 years later, you matched it. I don't care about you, like who's beating it? That's what I want to see, who beats it. Nikon should be leapfrogging the a7 IV at this point, but that's not what they did. They matched it, and it's better. I would rather have that than the a7 IV, and it's less money. Like, it's good, it's just we have better things already. When it comes to what they offer compared to the competition, I loved the Z6 III. The only thing I hated was the left-handed mode dial. It should not ever exist there. And the ironic thing is, photographers don't really use that dial anyway. So like, they don't care that it's over to the left, and they look at me like, oh, what's he complaining about? Because I use it all the time, switching modes, frame rates. Nikon makes it very hard to do that unless the custom modes. And now we have the Z5 II with the proper right-handed thing, so you can keep your bird in the shot and then just a little tweak. It's no Canon R6 II, of course, where I just have to press a button and it cycles through, but you're not there yet. You're not Canon technology. You don't even have 8K 60 RAW for your coconut water commercials, and it's embarrassing to realize that you don't have that yet at this price bracket. The R6 II is not much more than the Z5 II, but when it comes to the competitors of Canon, Sony, Nikon, Panasonic, Olympus, Fuji, Panasonic Z5 II, the only thing it does better than the Nikon is open gate, but that's for slaves who work corporate jobs and your clients are demanding of you, oh, we would like to put vertical video. Do that for us, slave. And then you be like, oh, yes, sir, I can do that. I have open gate in here. Do you want an anamorphic lens? Can I get paid by the end of the week? I need coffee money. You're a loser. You work for other people. Unlike me, I work for YouTube. and Google suppresses my information. Sony a7C II, much smaller, 514 grams, pricier too. Like Nikon, you have RAW inside, although Gerald says it's not real RAW, and we've all had the inkling that that might not be true. Like in the Z6 III, you had 6K 60 RAW, and it's a 6K sensor. That makes sense. In most other cameras, like the R5C, for example, did 6K RAW, and then if you wanted 4K RAW, it cropped in, because RAW is supposed to be 1:1 pixel. And then it did HD, RAW with a super crop. That's how RAW works, except in Nikon land, where anything goes, and it's just like, yeah, we do 4K RAW too. The weird thing is Canon also does that. We're in SRAW right now. And it also doesn't crop, but it's sharper than the other modes, so it's better. I don't know, Canon's better at the RAW. But bringing 4K 60 with a crop in your full frame camera is diabolical, and the other companies were doing that as well. Panasonic cropped, Sony cropped, Canon didn't. That's not, even the R8 budget, no IBIS, but it was full frame 4K 60 and 180 with autofocus, HD. You don't do that. You're giving me HD 120. In 2025, you're like coming to the table like, HD 120, go home, drunk. The weird thing is I don't really know where this camera is meant to be, because the Z6 III is the one that competes with all these cameras that I've listed, and it destroys them all. None of them do 4K 120. That does it with a crop. Whereas this one, it's like a lower tier, but matching the specs of the higher tier for the money, can't really beat that. That's pretty good. Right-handed mode dial, good IBIS in there, questionable autofocus. It's a decent camera. I'm bored of the specs of 2021. I've moved on. It's basically a Nikon ZF for 10 grams less. It's still heavy as hell, 700 grams. This is 760. I don't appreciate that size. What happened to the like Sony bodies of 500 grams, but whatever. It's a dying mount, E-mount. It'll be obsolete in 3 years max, and they'll have to start over from scratch from some other green colored mount, you freak. Problem is, I have a Nikon 600mm Tony 6.3, and I'm just waiting for a body that deserves that thing, and it's not gonna be a Z6 III. I was hoping maybe this would be that with the right-handed mode dial. Basically the same, but maybe not 6K, okay, whatever. But we don't get that at all. It's a budget option, and I would never buy it for that intended purpose, because I already had 6K 60, 4K 120, HD 240, and I lose all of those to get 4K 60 with a crop and HD 120. Like, it's budget shit, and there's no way I'm getting back into Nikon for that. But it's sad to think that in order to get a right-handed dial, you have to go to this budget class, and I don't understand that at all. Nothing should be on the left side of a camera. If you're doing this, with a telephoto especially, but any lens really, you're supporting it by the lens. No one holds it like this. Have you ever seen someone do that? Like a double shutter, like go home. Like this is how you hold cameras. So you have a thumb and a finger to do everything you need. There's buttons, button, 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 dial, dial switch, dial flip. Nothing should have to reach over here. It's not possible. In order to do that with your left hand, it's all kinds of nightmares. You don't want anything over here. And if you have to access it, you're likely going to use your dominant hand, because left-handed people were created in a lab. And so like, usually you're in a viewfinder, and then you have to monkey reach over here. No thank you to any of that. So like, thank you Nikon for finally putting the dial in the proper place in a budget-ass model that nobody wants. I mean, people want it, but not me. I'm higher class C70 for a living room. But for the lower class scum, this is probably the camera I would recommend. In that price bracket now, I didn't even mention Fuji. Fuji XH2S is doing 4K 120, you don't. HD 240, you also don't. But is any of it actually usable with the worst autofocus in the business? So like, they need to update bad, a firmware to break the autofocus again. So like, I don't see why you would get anything else other than the R6 II with its full frame 4K 60, but like super hard to edit files. This has RAW in there, Little red LUT. Nikon's also one of the few systems that make modern glass that has character and pop to it. They have like 5 poppy primes in that Z mount, and it's good times. So like you're well taken care of, and for wildlife, could not beat those telephoto primes. So Nikon's a good system. They're coming on strong. I'm waiting for that Nikon FX3 killer, movie centric, and it better be good. It won't be. Bitcoin donations. What do you think? Where does that lie, that camera? Better than the competition. But like, that's a weird place to be. You're running for like 3rd place in a hot dog eating contest. No one cares. I'll leave now. Subscribe for more videos.